Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fitri Rahmatullah. My student's number is 1921026. Today I'm gonna report the research proposal with the title Student Responses to Translanguaging Practices during English Language Learning in the Classroom. From the start, I will explain about the background of the study. English as an international language makes several countries in the whole world, including Indonesia, serve English language as compulsory subject in their school or institution. And English still become difficult lesson for many students is because English is not their daily language. According to the study conducted by Hakim and Alfida and Satriani, 2019 suggests some of the English teachers seem to use more Indonesia as communication tool to resolve this problem. The terms such as code switching, code mixing, code mixing were used especially when it comes to English language learning. And with the strategies, translanguaging appears to new pedagogic strategies which have no boundaries, but it means it is not just codes, but the speaker or teacher or student unable to use their entire linguistic repertoire or their native language. This is a study from Emily and Hammond 2022 who have similar focus with this paper that is how student responses toward translanguaging practices. But the participant there is that very able student. To expand the further study, here I explore other participant to which is student in junior high school, and the study which focusing student response to translanguaging practices, especially in Indonesia era context, is still limited. To fill this gap, the study aimed to investigate student response about translanguaging practices. Next, I'm gonna move to formulations of the problem. Formulation of the problem in the study is what are the student responses to translanguaging practices during English language learning in the classroom. The aims of the study is to use translanguaging practice in the classroom, and number two is to unfold the student beliefs and responses towards the use translanguaging. And for significance of the study, the present study is significant from practically, theoretically, and empirically perspective. Practical, the study can provide teachers or researchers with the practical matters in implementing and researching translanguaging practices in an EVL classroom. And theoretically, this paper is to develop the results of the theory study, and empirical study how to uncover answer to question how student responses to translanguaging practices that can have significant implications for stakeholders, students, and researchers. Next, I'm going to move to literature review, especially theoretical framework. It starts from where the term translanguaging occurred. And translanguaging is known as translator, but translated into English by Chen William. It was occurred when he studied bilingual classroom in worlds. And the translanguaging definition has been reported by Lewis et al. 2012 as a systematic and plain use of two languages. And in 2001, Baker mentioned that the two separate languages are used for both the input and output in translanguaging activities. For example, in learning activities, teachers use L1 in discussion or giving instructions and target language used in writing activities. No relevant studies. In relevant studies, the advantage and function of translanguaging have been reported by several writers. For example, Leo and Fong 2019 and Elaine Hamid 2022 and Caruso 2018. It led to this paper, which will continue investigations about translanguaging in foreign language classroom settings, especially in Indonesia EFL context. So we're gonna move to research procedure, the last one. I'm gonna start with method of the research. In this research, the researcher used qualitative descriptive method. And focus of the research, the study focuses on describing the contribution of student response to a translanguaging practice in English language learning of EAVO classroom. Setting on and participant, the present study took place in SMPN 20 Tasikmalaya, and the participants were were English teachers and a student from grade 9. For technique of collecting the data to find student response to a translanguaging, the researchers applied to technique observations to imply because the data come from classroom interactions and interview to gathering the factual information. And for technique analyzing the data, the researchers want to uncover student response and thematic analysis is appropriate technique of analyzing the data. I think that's all for me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.